If you are an Indian guy constantly fed up with getting rejections in real life or in person, this video is for you. We're going to discuss why those negative stereotypes are holding you back and how you can fix them. The same system that is helping us meeting dozens of models every week, and it helps us transforming guys across the globe. It even works if you're Indian. It does not matter where you come from, how tall you are, how rich you are, or how you look. It works across the board.
Yeah, and by the way, we've personally coached hundreds and hundreds of men, including a lot of them being Indian. So it even works for Indian. And I mean, Ansa's still living proof, even though she's not really Indian, but from the same area. And we're going to tell you exactly how to break those stereotypes, build killer socialize, and then, of course, how to attract those juicy and sweet 10 out of 10 girls in the Western dating world. So let's roll the intro.
We're going to be focusing on 4 key problems, 4 key factors which are holding guys who are especially Indians, holding them back. Number 1, negative stereotypes. Like they smell bad or they are geeky or everything, right? So why they're holding you back, why low confidence is hurting you, and how to fix them. We'll discuss that. Number 2, why dating apps don't work for guys, especially Indians. They get the lowest possible matches on all of the dating apps. And how, if you are from that region, how you can fix that immediately. Number 3, culture friction. Guys from India think, well, you have to get committed. You have to first get commitment to get into relationships. No. Here, things work differently. You first have to being intimate and then comes a relationship, not before. And also why tags like you being too nerdy affects you. And finally, but not least, why if you just keep on watching random videos on YouTube, listen to audiobooks, read books, it's not going to help you. The things you read are not going to influence how you get the results. So you need a systematic approach and not relying on random approaches. It's not going to get you anywhere. And we're going to discuss step-by-step approach, which can help you get the results, especially in dating market here in the West, if you migrated to the West. And number 5, bonus video, which is going to give tactical tips to blow up your circle, get more attraction, and get more matches on dating apps.
Damn, those poor Indian guys. I mean, that's a lot of things that we need to go through. Yeah, so one thing that stands out to me and what I notice a lot that women tell me too are those negative stereotypes. So I noticed that a lot of Western women don't really like those Indian guys. But tell me, why is it actually? Why are they cursed with those negative stereotypes?
So the first thing is you have to understand, Max. The culture in India is that it used to be that you focus on getting good grades, getting a nice job, making good money, and then good things would happen to you. That used to be the case for a very long time. I'm from Pakistan, it still is the case. If you just have a good job, if you are not too well looking, right, you get the girls, right? But here, as you see, right, if you even make good money, if you even making millions, right, and you don't know how to flirt properly, if you don't have things in place, which makes you attractive, you're not going to get results. I was reading a news somewhere, article, a lot of women, they fish, they hunt for Indian men in Miami, in Dubai, or, places where they make a lot of money. So they specifically go for them, and then they don't give them any attraction. I think I read somewhere where one girl who was getting a lot of money from this Indian dude, he was like an entrepreneur, and then he would just get a cheek kiss from this girl in exchange for just getting attention. Right? It's because they think me being successful financially is going to give me results, which is not the case. So this cultural thinking, well, making more money is going to equate to that. So they're hardworking, and it does not work like that. Second thing is, this is what I hear all the time. They're too nerdy because most of them, 80% of them, they either study STEM fields, which are very, very logical, which is holding them back.
I heard a lot of different stories from women who were either alone just by themselves in India or traveling with friends groups. And when you're a white chick in India, every Indian man is going to approach you, trying to do some selfie videos with you. And of course, girls talk, they see those videos on YouTube, they see and hear other girls talk about those experiences. And then they think, all right, if those Indian men in India are like that, I don't want to date Indian men here in the Western world, Germany, France. There are a lot of Indians there, United Kingdom. So a lot of this may be true. A lot of this maybe not true, because I mean, if you come to the Western world, you have to adopt your thinking and your behavior. But what's the solution for Indian guys to break those stereotypes then? So is there anything they can actually do?
Yeah, so what I recommend, because I worked with, I think 2/3 of our clients, or about half of our clients were originating from that region. I mean, I myself, I'm 25% Indian, technically. You have to fight against preconceived notions, right? So if you, let's say, come from a specific region, you have like people perceive you already from your cover. So you have to stand out in a different way. Like you can do it by, what we do is like we have a very social media approach. You can post cool pictures of people having fun with you. You're showing, okay, well, I'm a social guy. I do cool things. So, I mean, this thing might sound shallow to you right now, but we just report you what works.
Yeah.
Don't blame the messenger.
Yeah.
We just tell you what fucking works. So if you just like share pictures, hey, I am doing my fucking yoga and like I'm, doing this coding, whatever, it's not going to help you. So you have to do things which girls in your target audience are going to find attractive. Most of them. Some girls might be into coding, guys who are geeky and nerdy, but it's like a small minority, right? So the best way I found is like to portray and live a life where people in your target audience, especially girls that you are into, reacting to you positively. Let's say if you are into a girl of a specific type, you just need to be friends with them. There should be a pop-up of you. We did an episode on like how female friends can help you.
Yeah.
So like how you can use that as leverage and then show that on social media to have a positive perception. So when a girl comes to you, she's thinking, okay, this guy is like other people, like other guys, gonna be, nerdy, geeky, bit creepy, whatever. And then she is like, okay, blown away. Okay, he's not like another Indian guy. He's different.
One funny thing, especially about that thing with perception, because a few days ago I was talking to another client of ours. He's not Indian, he's a German, and he was having the same question about, isn't that shallow for me to show off that girls enjoy my presence? And I told him, yeah, I mean, could be shallow for us to say right now that we have to show that on Instagram. But if you look back in time, people were always attracted to those persons where other people enjoyed their presence. I mean, if you just think back to your school time, and I was, in the unfortunate position that I was involved in mobbing. So I got mobbed. So I was the nerdy guy back in my school time. But every class had always those guys, who the sporty guys, the bitchy girls, the nerdy guys, and then the cool guys of that school, right? Or the cool guys of that class. And all the girls enjoyed the presence of those guys. And because they saw the other girls enjoy their presence, they were initially more attracted to them. So if you just make it appear through Instagram or in real life, it's the same thing. It's about the perception that we want to create here, that we want to break those stereotypes by using Instagram.
Posting pictures of you being social. And also like you cannot post pictures with, I know like a lot of guys, they go to these comedy clubs, they go to these book clubs, right? What we do, our approach is like showing more high status, right? So people, if you look at the hypergamy, women want guys who are at least on their level or on a higher level. And you can easily do that on social media. It's shallow, but it works, right? Show yourself having fun with the girls who look attractive, men who are successful, not the broke people who are retarded like socially, not the outcasts, right? So this is what you can also deal with that. So you're already pre-selected by cool people, which you want to hang out with. This is our approach. And then it makes you instantly break those negative stereotypes. People start perceiving you differently. Absolutely.
Yeah, and of course you will gain confidence through those social circles, because if you place yourself in cool environments on social media, so that initially meant that you got connected to those girls, right? So and if you hang around those cool social circles, you will gain more confidence, and then you will have it way easier to meet girls through those social circles, right? All right, and what about the one-size-fits-all solution, dating apps? How's it looking there? So I heard a lot of things that women don't really swipe right on Indian guys or Asian guys on Tinder, because there are so many of them, and of course they have those stereotypes in head, but every now and then I see some Indians having results with dating apps. So what about those?
There was a research conducted, right? So Indian men belong to the least right swipes on the dating market. And dating apps are the representation of the SMV, so sexual market value in real life, right? So dating apps are purely looks focused. So it could be that some women like just don't find you attractive, which is cool. If you're just like, if you're not optimizing for the maximum results, even the girls, like, I met a girl once, she only dated Indian guys and like black guys. I was surprised, right? She was like a blonde girl with blue eyes. And then she's like, I only date Indian guys. I was surprised. Okay, well, good for you. Good for you. So imagine like there are girls, right? Let's say 100% like there's a pie chart and like maybe 10-15% of women actually want you. But if you're not optimized, your profile is not optimized, right? It's still going to hurt you. Right, so it's because of the preconceived notions. So if you are an Indian guy, right, there are girls out there who still want you. You just have to market yourself properly. If you show yourself as like a nerdy, geeky guy, there might be some women who are out there, but like not everyone is going to get you results. Dating apps in general don't work for men. All men. It's not like, you are a blue, yellow, or a purple guy. It's not working for you. It don't work for all of the guys. It's only like 5-10% of the good profiles who get the most right swipes.
Because most women don't like most men in general, and dating apps are the most superficial thing that you can be on, which is quite fine because humans are in general just superficial creatures. But if you look at the statistics, and I've seen them, so that most of the guys on Tinder don't get any matches, and these are most guys. And now imagine being Indian, so you're getting less right swipes, lesser than all the men who aren't getting the swipes anyway. So you're double fucked basically.
Absolutely. So you have to beat the competition. And the best way I've come up with beating the competition is like just posting, just having a pre-selection photo or two on your dating apps. Like don't make it like too out of control, because then the women are going to think, well, if you already have like so many girls, like why are you here looking for it, right? On my profile, I posted a picture with one of my female friends. She's a model. And then I was getting a lot of messages from girls. Well, your friend is like the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, right? And then it instantly raises my attraction. And then you show high status. Well, you're living a cool lifestyle. Sure, like some guys say, well, what if women want me only for my money and my lifestyle? Well, this is shallow life. Like I'm just telling you how to get more results. Showing better lifestyle, maybe you coming out of a yacht or like a private jet, hanging out around nice places, or you being around people who look cool, who look attractive, and then also your fashion needs to be improved. If you just post those pictures, and then if you get matches and then you shift them to Instagram, it's going to immediately give you much more leverage than other guys. And once again, your vibe on Instagram, it has to make you stand out. Absolutely.
So a week ago, I was talking to a girl. She was here at my place, and for a few minutes, we were just swiping on her Tinder just for fun. And I remember that I've seen quite some Indian guys and I've seen quite some Asian guys. They had all basically the same pictures. So, I mean, there are a lot of those Tinder courses out there where they teach guys how to do those cool pictures, have a dog, pretend like you're not in your shirt, do the phone picture, which I do really fucking hate. Especially the Asian guys had in common. They were all doing the same things, like bright background, shirt, knotting the shirt, having some sunglasses on, doing some fake smile and looking to the left or to the right. And I mean, it's good to have those pictures. And we already talked about in a previous podcast episode how to get really good Tinder pictures. But you don't really stand out with those pictures. So they look all the same. And one thing I noticed recently, so a few weeks ago, I posted a new picture on my Tinder profile as well, where I'm not looking into the camera, where I'm leaning against the wall and I'm doing the knotting my shirt thing, but I was looking down. And once I used that picture, I suddenly got a few more matches. So that's one learning that I had the past few days. Look for pattern interrupts, especially for your stereotypes. This not only goes for online dating, but especially for social circles as well. It's basically the same thing that you were talking about, right? You have to break those stereotypes on Instagram, on social media to show that you're not one of them. Show yourself in cool environments, show yourself with cool looking women, and use pre-selection to your advantage.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not that women hate you. It's just that they've had like negative experiences.
Yeah.
Well, it's because like brothers from back home, like they are sending bulbs and vagine messages on Instagram, and like there are memes, like funny memes. So they're like they have preconceived notions that you have to be right. If you do all those things that we just talked about, post pre-selection content, have female friends around you, post high status pictures, then you're not just any other geeky Indian guy.
Yeah.
You're like, was like the 1042nd Indian guy. Then you are one of one, right? So she's like excited to see, okay, you have to make her curious. Same thing with marketing. So I think a lot of girls just like come on dates with me just to find out like you have to make them curious, right?
Yeah.
I still look Indian, right? I'm from the north, but you have to pattern interrupt, and I get like very quality matches on dating apps. I'm banned on all of them, but I'm still using my Instagram like single-handedly to go out with attractive girl, and still works, right? So you have to pattern interrupt and max set, and then stand out using strategies that we just discussed.
Yeah. Instagram goes hand in hand with Tinder. So you can use Tinder just on the app by itself, but you will get way, way better results if you use Tinder with Instagram because you're very limited on Tinder. And like Ann said, you can make them curious on Tinder, convert them to Instagram. And if your Instagram is fixed, which it should be for it to work, then you can have way more leverage on your social media platforms this way. So one thing I noticed a lot are those very strict cultural differences, especially between the West and India, right? So they have arranged marriage, they have very strong accents, and sometimes some of our clients we can't even really understand when we're talking to them. Do you think this could be a problem for them to want to try to date Western girls?
The problem is not the accent itself, right? So I also have an accent, and I don't mind it. Because like we live in Europe, everyone has a fucking accent, right? That's not a problem. The problem is because I was talking to a few like guys, some of our clients, and when they talk, it's like very inaudible. Even I'm like me from being that region, right? So I understand some of it. They just talk in a way which some people find very hard to understand, and especially when it comes to flirting, and then you have to repeat yourself all the time, right? And then you have negative stereotypes, a lot of people make fun of that accent.
Yeah.
So it like fight against you. Quickest fix that I found is to always add pauses in your sentences and make sure every word you're pronouncing
Yeah.
is on point.
Yeah.
Don't make it fast paced, right? Practice it. Whenever you go out, record yourself. That is going to help you a lot. Record yourself and see like Indian, like they make special twang, they elongate the words, the syllables, get rid of that. You don't want to stand out with your accent too much. So think of everything because people do judge you based on your covers, on your outlook. So you just have to make sure how to fix that by being self-aware of that thing. Because the last thing you want to do when you're flirting with a girl is like you are repeating yourself. You're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
did you say? What?
What did you say? That's going to dry her up like a desert.
Being inaudible, that's the key word here. So don't worry about your accent because accents give just color to your language. But if everyone can understand you very clearly and you're talking loud, concise with pauses, that's a very good thing. And one thing that I noticed, especially with nerdy guys, and as you said, a lot of Indians are just nerds, which is completely fine. They tend to talk in a way which is holding them back. The symptoms for that are just they tend to come across in a very nice, guyish, sweet way, where they're expressing words not in a very good tone of voice, not loud enough. They're holding themselves back. They're crumbling while they're talking, rather than just being open, chest out, talk clearly, and so that everyone can understand you. So this is very important.
Yeah, that's a very good point, and I've seen this. I had this problem as well, right? So when I came to Germany, I found like the culture to be very, very direct, right? Over there, when you want to address a problem to someone, you just never say it directly. You fucking beat around the bush for like several minutes, and then you come to the point. You call someone, and then you need their help, or you want to address a problem. 5 minutes you're going to just waste to beat around the bush, and then indirectly you try to slip through it. That's not what you want.
Yeah.
The culture is like what others would say. This is like a very common thing in that culture. I think in East, also in Japan, like you see like, they are very polite and everything, but that does not help you when it comes to, communicating in a very masculine way. So guys live with their parents, they're growing up, even in some cases, even when they're married, they still live in the parents' households. So they have to be very careful, not be disagreeable to like the females in the house, right? So they become this nice guy and like they have to just live it like that because they are very mindful of what others might think, which makes them, as you said, very reserved and like not being this like a very manly way. So it's something which I've seen like in introverted guys and a lot of guys because of this cultural issue that they have.
Yeah, so I can only imagine that it's hard if you're growing up in an environment like that, and then for years and years you're adopting to that environment, those rules. It's hard to fix this, right? So it's not like you're just watching some podcast or read some books that you can easily just fix it by just changing your mindset. So this is not going to work. So what's the solution to that? I mean, sure, it's just practice and practice. So what was actually the solution for you, and how do you help others?
Yeah, so one thing I would definitely do if I had that problem is I would socialize more. So we have a video. If you go in the description, there should be a pop-up right now of how to build a social circle when you are new in a city, right? So I would socialize more, hang out with people that I actually find interesting, men and women, and try to become more social and like get rid of this social problems. The best thing is like when you meet someone new, he does not know anything about you, so you can play a character as well. So you can still like be fake it until you make it. That is going to help you a lot. You can do different things like you can take photography, you can do interesting hobbies. Don't try to do what other Indian guys in the West are doing. A lot of them do bachata. Like if you go to bachata, you will see one third of them
I
like are
remember
Indian guys,
this.
right?
Yeah, I remember that
So
one.
don't do things which other Indian guys are doing. Like
Yeah.
you are also competing against other Indian guys, right?
Yeah.
So every Indian we do a lot of calls, and then on the calls, every Indian guy has tried bachata. Probably 90% of them who have tried to be
Yeah,
socialized.
that's a funny thing that you mentioned, because when I was practicing salsa, I'm just noticing it right now because you said it. And then when I was dancing salsa, there were a lot of Indian guys, and they were good. They were social. They knew how to flirt. They could talk English very, very good. They didn't have a strong accent, but this was only the result of them just exposing themselves to social environments, talking to girls, to a lot of attractive girls, having those close proximity with them and dancing.
Your competition is also your other Indian guys, right? So you have to beat, men who look like Chads, like with 6'5" with blue eyes. Also other Indian guys, and like potentially other men as well. If you are purely going with the flow, you're using your fucking hiring Tinder photographer from the local area is like he's just gonna bring you to fucking landmarks, and you don't know how to dress properly. It's not gonna get you results. So you have to go out there, build strategies and game plans that actually make it work. Socialize more and post content on social media, which is going to elevate your social status and help you proceed and get more attraction as a result.
Yeah, so there's no way around that, right? You have to socialize in order to fix all of those things, in order to adopt to the Western world, and for you then to actually get results with Western girls. Because every Indian guy that we've seen had success, very great success with girls from the Western world. He was either very social, very socially aware, he had other skills, and he always had strong Indian accents, and that was never a problem. He knew how to express himself, and he adopted to those environments. And it's not like that it's going to take you months or years. You can fix that in a very short time. You just have to expose yourself a lot until that's like fixed.
And the way to like rocket that, like skyrocket that as fast as possible, accelerate that, is using status and pre-selection to get leverage as an attraction. That works because like it makes you instantly stand out against like the other competition, because women want men who other men want to be like, and other women already feel attracted to. Why? This is why it works. So we'll do an episode on evolutionary psychology reasons why it works, pre-selection and everything. We'll have already a video, should see a pop-up right now, about female friends, why it matters, and how it can help you get instant attraction no matter how you look. Like I've seen like men who are overweight getting so much attraction because other women find them attractive or interesting. So it's very interesting how that works.
And you can easily do this by leading other people. I mean, it's one thing to attend other events, go to social gatherings like salsa dance classes or other things, but it's a whole different story to lead people during other events. So if you're the host of some event, or you plan your own small coffee meet and greet talk, or you plan to do a photo shoot with some other photographers and models, you're standing out that way way, way, way much, because pretty much no other Indian guy is doing those things. So if then women see you, one, being exposed to other people, plus you're leading our people, which requires you and forces you to express yourselves better, use your voice in a more clear, direct way, you're instantly breaking all of those stereotypes, and you're instantly just a Western guy with an Indian accent. And this fixes, I would say, pretty much 99% of all your problems. So where's the system, or is there even a system that you could recommend for Indian guys?
Yeah, so what I see is like a lot of guys, they are trying something. It's not that they've never tried something, right? So they are in this pain, right? They want to make it work. Either they listen to the parents or like marry a girl that they even don't feel attracted towards, or either like they do try to do a bunch of things. They watch YouTube videos, they read self-development books, so they are trying a bunch, but it's still very, very random, I must say, right? So if you just do that, if you invest in self-help courses, even if you lift the weights, goes to the gym, right? It's still all randomness. You need like a systematic approach, right? Which can help you get results as fast as possible, also in the long term, which is more sustainable, which is based on science, which is helping us. Like we are the proven examples. If you just check out our Instagrams in the link, you will see that it's working for us. And like our clients' Instagrams look very similar. So you need to implement a system or strategies that work step by step, no matter where you are, even if you're Indian, no matter how tall you are or how short you are, no matter how you look like. You have to make it recurring, sustainable, it works like a charm.
So, if you would lay down all of that knowledge that you have in a step by step process, what would be the first thing that Indian guys should fix, what they should approach, and what would be the next steps then?
So it does not go for Indian guys only, it goes for all the men out there, right? So, number one thing, this is why our every second, third video is about Instagram. They need to fix their social media, particularly Instagram, because it's the super dating app right now. You have to show high status, you have to show pre-selection, and you have to show that you are a cool guy. You have to break the stereotypes, as we mentioned before. And step two, make a list of people that you want in your life and start meeting them in person, or you can DM them. If you have cool Instagram, they will reply to you. Step three, start hanging out with people that you find interesting, both men and women. Start making female champions. We talk about it quite often. Because if you have attractive girls reacting to you positively, giving you compliance, it's going to instantly boost your attraction to the stratosphere. You're going to stand out. And step four, make friendship with guys who are also on the same level. And step five is like a lot of men, when they try to do this, they get lost. So you need someone who can help you through this, like get accountability, invest in some mentorship, or get some coaching.
Yeah, especially the point with getting mentorship, getting help from outside is very, very valuable because you can try to do all of those things on your own, but it will take you years and years. I mean, we've worked on our social circle for quite some time right now, but we had other mentors as well. We had other people who were on a higher level than us, entrepreneurs who were helping us out. So there's no one-man show in this. I mean, you can do it, but you have to be prepared that it will take you many, many more years instead of just getting a proven system, implementing it, and then seeing the results after like 1 or 2 months.
All right, Max. So can you give us like a quick fix or a quick hack? Let's say if I'm not too rich and I still want to portray high status to generate more attraction on social media, what can I do?
Yeah. The easiest thing that you can basically do right now, is go to some nice hotel in your city, and all of the cities have some nice hotel in there. So, and you can just go in there, go to the lobby, and snap some very good, cool looking photos. Maybe you just have to spend a few euros on some coffee to get there. And even it's just you by yourself, you can ask the staff to take some cool pictures for you. You don't have to give them a particular reason. You just say, hey, I like very much the lobby here. I'm just here for a quick coffee, maybe do some work. Can you maybe snap some cool pictures for you? I want to show it to my friends. And that's it.
Lovely. And the easiest way to find those is like go to Google and type in 5-star hotels in your near city. If you live in a village, just go to the nearest big city, and then there are like either like 4-star or 5-star hotels, and take pictures there. You can grab a coffee there, ask the hotel staff, because it's their job to be nice to you. They get paid to be nice to you. That's the part of hospitality business. So just take pictures there, and it's better than taking freaking selfie videos or like like you catching a fish or you with your drunk and unattractive friends. Instead, post pictures in cool locations. That's like the easiest and like the lowest minimum you can do.
You don't just want to snap pictures in some hotel lobbies. That doesn't take you anywhere. If you want to start with networking very, very easily, I would just reach out to other photographers on Instagram because they're mostly guys and they read all of their messages. And if you just offer them to help them out during some photo shoot, you want to learn photography, you don't really have to be that much interested in photography, but it gets you into the scene. You maybe get to help them out. You maybe get to hang around some photo shoot, you get to hang around some beautiful girl, and that way you can network very easily, right? So this is how I essentially started getting into photography with models more and more. I was reaching out to some photographers, help them out, learn from them, and then I was having my own shoots with attractive girls.
Lovely, man. That's awesome.
All right, guys, now that you've seen us explaining everything about how to break the negative stereotypes and how to actually get started in networking with guys and, of course, the juicy women that we all want to hang around at some point, now it's all up to you. You can try to do this by yourself, as we were talking, but the easiest way for you to do is just to reach out to us. Click the link down below in the description, book a call either with me or Ans, and then we look at your situation specifically, see where you are right now, and then develop a customized plan for you to reach your goals. Be it maybe just date 10 out of 10 girls, maybe network with other guys, or maybe just be more social in general. We can help you out in that one. So see you in the call.
Here are like 2 videos that you should watch. Like one video is about how to 10x your dating apps using Instagram. Watch this video. Or if you want to understand how the Black Swan system works, everything step by step, here's Max explaining how the whole system works step by step. So go watch that video.